All right, welcome to the Carl Jackson Show, your daily dose of objective truth in a world of confusion and lies. Guys, I'm going to be on SNC tonight covering the post-debate analysis from 10:30 to midnight, so check me out there. But I wanted to make sure that I got on and do a pre-debate analysis. And all I'm going to do, for the most part, is allow Kamala Harris to speak in her own words. I want you guys to understand something. Tonight's debate, I think it's critical, frankly, for both. I think Kamala Harris has more to lose than Trump has to lose because Trump is a known quantity. And I think there's enough time before the election for Trump to continue to win over voters. I'm not so sure that's the case with Kamala Harris because she made a big mistake in allowing, the Trump campaign to frame her for virtually 7 weeks, and all she did was an interview with CNN's Dana Bash in between that did not go well at all for her. And I got to tell you guys something. I believe now, listen, I have no evidence. I have no, but it is my personal opinion that if Kamala Harris doesn't perform well at this debate tonight, and I don't know how it's going to go. All right. I don't know. I think she's a horrible candidate. I think she's been a horrible debater in the past, but who knows? People surprise you sometimes, and that may happen. And we all know that as long as she just stays on the stage and she speaks calmly and she makes her points, the media is going to say, by and large, that she won. However, if she does have a disastrous debate performance, there won't be a Joe Biden level disastrous debate performance. But I do say this, I do believe this. If she has a bad debate performance, I believe that the Democrat Party will begin to throw her under the bus. No, they're not going to, obviously they can't invoke the 25th Amendment with a vice president. All they're going to do is they're going to take their shield, if you will, of protection from around Kamala Harris. They're going to start writing stories that they should have been writing all along about Kamala Harris. Truth is going to seek out in the news. And as a matter of fact, it's already happening. Even people on the left are getting annoyed. So I wouldn't be surprised if they throw her under the bus. Let me say this, and this is a very important point, Gabe. This might be something that you want to put on a short. It's going to be so good. But let me say this about Donald Trump. The left does not fear, contrary to popular belief. The left, at least the Democratic elites, do not fear Donald Trump winning at all. So if Kamala Harris has a bad debate performance, again, they will start to cover the news as if they're legitimate news organizations again. They will stop protecting her because guess what happens to the left if Donald Trump wins? They get more media attention. They get more money. He's not a threat to democracy. They know it. Why? Because he's been in office before. They all know this. So if Kamala Harris does bad, I guarantee you what you'll start seeing is more interviews on television with Josh Shapiro, with Gretchen Whitmer, with Gavin Newsom, letting you know that they're going to be moving on to the next chapter. Now, that's if she does bad. If she does better than expected, and again, I think a lot of conservatives, probably including myself, have put the bar too low, and that's not a good thing. She could come out and I don't think she'll put on a stellar performance ever. But if she performs better than average, people are going to say that she's great. And Democrats may continue to protect her. But here's what I want to do. I want to play Kamala Harris in her own words because she's going to lie and she's going to try to evade, no doubt about it, questions that are asked. I'm hoping ABC will be fair. They are left-wing radicals. Let's just be honest about it. So more than likely it's going to be 3-on-1. But here's what Trump has to do. Let me make this loud and clear. Trump has to be cordial. Trump has to be assertive, and he has to be hyper-focused on policy. He has to be hyper-focused on policy. Kamala Harris is going to come at him at every which way, but loose, if you will, trying to, as you've heard many people say, to get under his skin, to make him mad. She's going to call him a convict. She'll call him a felon. She'll call him a liar over and over. And her goal is to get Trump on camera, steaming, just getting mad and get him flustered. And he's going to have to be able to not react to her attacks, but refrain. Because Kamala Harris has a mission tonight. Don't misunderstand her mission tonight. Kamala Harris's mission is to make you hate Trump. That's it. That's it. She is convinced that if she can make you hate Trump more than her policies that you're living under, that you're experiencing right now, you win or she wins. That's what you have to understand. So we're going to play Kamala Harris in her own words. We're going to go clip after clip after clip. This won't be a long podcast, but I just want to make sure that you have this podcast to share with your friends, family members, and neighbors leading up to the November election, because we don't know what's going to happen at this debate tonight. And I've got to log into my computer to get to the cut sheet put together by Mr. Matos and Mr. Gabe Cassiano. All right, so first off, let's play this. Actually, before we go to the cut sheet, I do have to remind you that today's podcast is brought to you in part by Priority Gold. Economists warn that massive tax hikes could devastate your IRA and your 401k account as the stock market braces for impact. With inflation on the rise and global uncertainty looming, it's clear why central banks and savvy Americans are turning to gold. In times like this, Proverbs 21:20 reminds us to preserve what we built. Right now, that wisdom points us towards gold. So if you haven't had your eye on gold, it's time to make it a priority. My name is Carl Jackson, and I am urging you to call my friends at Priority Gold to find out how they can help you diversify your savings with physical gold and silver. So call 1-800-405-GOLD or visit PriorityGold.com/golden for a free gold info guide. Plus, see if you qualify for free shipping and storage. Act now to get your portfolio working for you while the market is golden. Call 1-800-405-GOLD to speak with a gold specialist or visit PriorityGold.com/golden to learn more. Again, that's 1-800-405-GOLD. And I'm telling you, we are going to, I suspect this is going to be I don't know if it'll be the most viewed presidential debate. I don't know, but I suspect the numbers will be really high. It's going to go late into the night. You're probably going to be tired, and too bad for those of you that don't have a MyPillow. So here's the deal. You've asked, and MyPillow is, listen, they're finally bringing you the most requested offer ever. Right now, you can get the queen size premium MyPillow for only $19.98. MyPillow is made with a patented adjustable feel. It adjusts to your exact individual needs. Regardless of your sleep position, it helps to keep your neck aligned. It holds its shape all night long. I can testify to that. So you get the best sleep of your life. Also, it keeps you cool. It's very important, especially for people like me. I get hot when I sleep. But that's not all. You get their 6-piece kitchen or bath towel sets for just $25. The brand new mattress topper for as low as $69.98. And their famous MyPillow bed sheets for as low as $25, and so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or give them a call at 800-858-0263. All right, again, that number, 800-858-0263. Use the promo code CARL, C-A-R-L. I don't spell it like the communists. All right, to get huge discounts on all MyPillow products, including the premium queen size MyPillow, only $19.98. That's the lowest price ever. Don't delay. Order today. Use promo code CARL at checkout. Now, here's why I say that if Kamala Harris does poorly at the debate tonight, don't be surprised if Democrats take their shield of protection from around Kamala Harris. Don't be surprised whatsoever. There was an article that was posted today, and somebody exposed this. Somebody exposed this on X. I would just want to give you a brief synopsis. Sorry, I got 1,000 articles posted on my phone. All right, so Kamala Harris, you guys might not have heard this by now, but maybe you have, that basically Kamala Harris's campaign lifted their issues page on her website from Joe Biden. So for those of you that listened to the podcast yesterday, I went over her detailed plan, if you will, that was still pretty much vague in its entirety. But when it came to its issues page, that was totally lifted from Joe Biden. So much for turning the page, so much for a new era when it comes to Kamala Harris. You know, a buddy of mine, Christopher Hart, started to say, I wonder if, somebody's basically, Christopher Hart of the American Adversaries, basically sabotaging her. Did someone do this on purpose? I don't know the answer to that, but I will say Kamala Harris is incompetent. Her campaign is incompetent. And this is just, this makes no sense to have this type of disaster the day of the debate. And I hope that President Trump can capitalize on it. Here's a quick summary from Breitbart. VP Harris's campaign plagiarized policies from President Joe Biden's campaign website, copying and pasting onto its issues page on Sunday. This is 7 weeks after Harris entered the presidential campaign. Harris finally posted a set of policies on Sunday after weeks of criticism for not having one on her campaign website. The policies were published just 48 hours before the presidential debate tonight. All right. So just an absolute stupid thing to do by her campaign. But remember, the people that were on Joe Biden's campaign are working on her campaign, as well as what's remaining of her staff, and as well as some of Obama's staff. By the way, I hear that it was David Plouffe that used to work for Barack Obama. I'm sorry, Barack Obama's staff. I think I said Biden's staff. So Biden's staff is doing the work for Kamala Harris. All right. The same campaign mechanism that Biden had, it's all been transferred to Kamala Harris. But you have people from Obama's campaign that are offering their input. Apparently, David Plouffe, that used to work for the Obama campaign, was the one that recommended that she do as few interviews as possible, which was really a dumb move. Now, I got to be honest with you. I think both Trump and Vance started off really slow on defining her. They could have done a much better job at the beginning, but they finally started getting to the point and coming on a couple of weeks or maybe 2 or 3 weeks into the Democrats making the transition, throwing Joe Biden over the overboard and going with Kamala Harris. All right. So this is a lady that's fake. Tulsi Gabbard, in another article, she was interviewed, I believe it was by the Washington Examiner, because Trump has been doing debate practice with her. And basically she said, listen, this is all you need to know about Kamala Harris. Speaking of her flip-flops, this is a lady that sticks her finger in the wind for political expediency. All right. That's all she's about. This lady is about power. She lusts for power, but she doesn't want to put in the work. She doesn't have any core beliefs. She knows she's to the left. She knows in general she thinks she's left, right? But I think she's left because she's lazy, because it doesn't take a lot of thought to be a lefty. Your donors or your constituents say, yeah, men can be girls, and vice versa. Oh, okay. You're donating to me, whatever. This is what we're fighting for, whatever. Whoever likes her, right? Whoever cheers for her, she's going to capitulate to, for the most part. So that's why Tulsi Gabbard was brought in to help Donald Trump focus on, listen, she's not just a flip-flopper. She is a liar. She is a political opportunist. Capitalize on that very point. All right, we're going to go through these as quickly as possible here, because the debate will be getting started in an hour, and I've literally got to drive to the studio. Thank God I have a Batmobile. But anyway, let's do this. Let's go. We're just going to go right down the line. This is Kamala Harris in her own words, in case someone tells you that, oh, she's not as radical as you think, or blah, blah, blah. You're wrong. You can come right to the Carl Jackson Show podcast. Share this podcast with them. Please follow us online at The Carl Jackson Show, wherever I am on social media, at The Carl Jackson Show, X, Instagram, Facebook, True Social, Getter, Pull 5 or follow me there. All right. You want to subscribe to the podcast, The Carl Jackson Show, but share this podcast even after the debate, because we've got to define Kamala Harris. Trump and Vance have been working on it. They've done a pretty good job. I think they could have done a better job, frankly, but they've done a pretty good job. We're going to help them get past over the finish line. Here it is, video clip number 1, Kamala Harris in her own words, talking about what she would do with the swipe of a pen. Let's go ahead and roll it, por favor, Gabe.
I learned, I think I was, 22 when I started that work. I learned that with the swipe of my pen, I could charge someone with the lowest level offense. And because of the swipe of my pen, that person could be arrested. They could sit in jail for at least 48 hours. They could lose time from work, and their family maybe lose their job. They'd have to come out of their own pocket to help hire a lawyer. They'd lose standing in their community. All because of the swipe of my pen. Weeks later, I could dismiss the charges, but their life would forever be changed. So I learned at a very young age the power.
Honestly, that's just creepy. That is a person that is in love with power, and she's horrible at explaining it, by the way. With the swipe of a pen, with the swipe of a pen. But it isn't the words